EF5. 158 people lost their lives.
You've got all these people trapped, screaming for help. When you'd help them, you don't even know where they are.
Survivor Nick Corey believes he's still haunted by the people he watched die in the tornado.
And it spooks you at first, especially when you move from a traumatic tornado into a haunted house with some tornado spirits that followed you from the tornado.
Nick has brought in Lisa Livingston Martin and her paranormal research team to find some answers.
Is the tornado still going on? Is it still around you?
The most activity would be the front bedroom. A lot of apparitions. I'll see them walk from the porch into that room. The dogs go stir crazy at night, seeing something that we cannot see.
Can you tell me about May 22nd, 2011?
Then we have another guest room. People will feel something on their chest when they sleep in that room. They'll feel like pressure and different things. And I kind of relate that to the tornado as well because a lot of people were crushed.
Can you tell me your name?
After several hours of investigation, the team decides to wrap up for the night. They'll share their findings with Nick in the morning.
I'm hoping to find out who these energies are that are in my house and hopefully make some sense of what's happened since the tornado and kind of find some peace in it.
How you doing this morning?
Oh, a little excited and nervous.
Don't be nervous. I think we have some things that you'll be interested in. We ran high sensitivity audio throughout the house, and we were asking spirits about tornado questions, whether they were in the tornado, why they had come here, and we captured this EVP, and I think you're going to be interested in this in relation to some of the experiences you related to us. Can you tell us what happened to Nick in the tornado?
Oh my God.
This recording takes Nick emotionally back to the moment the tornado struck, when he hid in the closet praying for safety.
I got in the closet, and then the house starts twisting and shaking. I closed my eyes, and I started saying the Lord's Prayer. Well, while I was in prayer, I saw Jesus, Christ, in a white robe start walking towards me.
Would you like to hear
Prayer, yeah.
would you like to hear it with headphones?
Yes, I've got the chills all over me now. Wow, that's amazing. I mean, that definitely, Lord of Jesus in it completely goes along with what happened to me in the tornado.
Right.
Seeing Jesus, I'm completely blown away. It gives me more faith in my spirituality to know that he was really there through that with me, and he's still here with me. Well, I thank you for everything.
Thanks.
I don't know what to say. This stuff it's very emotional, but it's very exciting, too, to know that even in death, we still have that bond that we all went through that experience together. I definitely believe that everything they captured at my home was tornado-related.
Oftentimes, after a trauma, survivors have experienced hauntings. How do you explain them? Are they a coping mechanism for the trauma? It could be post-traumatic stress disorder, or is it really a ghost? Is it a wandering spirit? It all depends on your spiritual beliefs, and you have to see what resonates in you.
Whether or not these findings have alternate scientific explanations doesn't matter to Nick. The outside confirmation of his experiences gives him peace of mind and a way to move on from that tragic day.
I wasn't alone in it. Now I know Jesus was there when I was in the closet. Now I've got spirits here that had passed away in the tornado, and we're still bonded. So it gives me a sense of peace.
April 27th, 2011, less than 1 month before the devastating Joplin tornado, the small towns of Ruth and Arab, Alabama, were hit by an EF4. 5 people perished that day, and those deaths became part of a series of events that went far beyond the traditional near-death experience.
The belief of many scientists, of many people who have had NDEs, is that our energy goes on after we die. It doesn't get destroyed. We just go on in a different form. It's called non-local consciousness. Local consciousness is the here and now, in this body, in your life.
A little girl named Ari Hallmark claims to have had such experiences.
She's got up there and she ran.
But what makes her case unique is these experiences started 6 months before the storm.
About 6 months before the tornado came, Ari came to school and she was very upset. She had had a dream that her mom and dad had passed away.
I started having really bad dreams that they were going to die, and it made me start crying at school and stuff.
For weeks, she was crying every single day, and she would tell me day after day, I just can't get those dreams out of my head.
She kept trying to tell everybody that they were going to die and that she needed to spend time with them. She told teachers, she told her mom and dad, she told the principal, she told her counselor, and they all told her no, that just didn't happen. And if one parent died, the other one would take care of, and she would not relent. She said, but both of them are going to die.
I heard of an experience of a young child who had a premonition that her parents were going to die a few months before the event actually took place. And the child kept having dreams about this and reporting it to the parents. Is it a premonition? Is it the child's anxiety? You know, oftentimes children have dreams that their parents are going to die. It's because of anxiety. But the nature of a premonition or an intuitive dream is that it can be very clear, very crisp, almost detached feeling that's associated with an accurate intuition.
For 6 months, everyone reassured Ari that her dreams wouldn't come true. But then, they did.
A rotation has been spotted. There could be a tornado at any moment, so take cover. This whole line is going to hit Huntsville and Birmingham really hard, Al.
I was at school. They're like, we've got severe weather and we need to go home. So my mom and dad always wanted to be the first ones in line to pick me up. So I was like one of the first people to go home.
Ari and her parents, Jennifer and Shane, rushed to the house that Shane had just finished building 10 days earlier. But as the tornado approached, Shane felt that they should check on his parents, who were taking care of Ari's 17-month-old twin cousins, Julie and Jaden.
We get there and the tornado's already in the backyard. And my mom's carrying me and we're just trying to get into the house as fast as we can. And we got in there right as it hit.
Tornadic winds up to 200 miles per hour hit Ari's grandparents' house. The home was completely destroyed, and Ari was thrown over 200 yards, landing in a neighbor's yard.
Well, when I found Ari, she didn't have a whole lot of blood on her, and her hair was all messed up and everything. I didn't recognize her right off the bat. When I seen the house over there, I didn't think we'd find anybody alive. It just looked like a bomb went off.
Coming up.
The dreams that she had had for so many weeks,